Hi! Today, on my non-Western theater presentation, I'll be talking about Festival de Parintins, or in English, Parintins Folk Festival. The festival is a traditional Brazilian event that attracts hundreds of people from all over the world every year. It lasts for 3 nights and it's more than simply a show. It's also a big competition. Parintins Festival is the biggest folk festival in the world, celebrating Brazilian culture and telling the stories of our biggest and most famous myths and tales. The festival is a place for partying, joy, and competition, and is full of extravagant costumes, allegorical cars, music, dance, and rivalry. And it's so important for Brazilian culture that is even considered a Brazilian cultural heritage by the Brazilian Historical and Artistic Heritage Institute. The festival happens annually on the last week of June, always on a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, in a place named Bumbódromo. Moreover, the folk festival received its name after its host town, Parintins, an island in the middle of the Amazon River in the north of Brazil. The Bombódromo is a big arena shaped like an oxide, and it was built in 1988 in the heart of Parintins. It can fit 35,000 people and is split in two sides, representing the two rival teams that compete during the festival. Both teams are represented by an ox each, Caprichoso and Garantido. Caprichoso uses blue as its symbol color, and it has won 23 times over the years. Also, although it has less wins, Caprichoso is considered to be the representative of Parintins elite, while Garantido, represented by the color red, is the most popular ox and has 32 wins. Amongst many other folklore stories, the festival celebrates a centenary rivalry between Caprichoso and Garantido, the two oxen that represents the story of the Boi Bumbá folk. Boi in Portuguese means ox, and that's why the two oxen are the big representatives of the festival. Although the Boi Bumbá folk is celebrated in parenting streets since the beginning of the 20th century, it was only in 1965 that the first formal presentation of the festival happened. Also, it was only in 1988 that the festival left parenting streets and moved to the Bumbódromo. Additionally, it was also in 1995 that the show began to receive external financial support. Before that, all the costs were covered by the people of Parintins, who had as their only intention to celebrate and have fun. It is estimated that more than 100,000 people watched the show throughout the 3 nights. The festival is filled with music, dance, and folklore, and count with around 4,000 people from each team presenting every night. The groups are split into 30 tribes, emphasizing the master of ceremonies, who narrates the story, the standard bearer, who carries the bull's coat of arms, and Cunha Poranga, the most beautiful native of her tribe. Moreover, each show is between 2 and 2.5 hours long. If one of the parades fails to meet the standard time, the team will be punished by losing points. The spectacle also counts with several different allegorical cars that can be as big as 40 meters long and as high as 12 meters. Music has a big and important role in the folk festival. The songs presented are called toadas. They're simple melody songs that tell the stories of Brazilian folklores and myths. Each team presents around 20 different toadas every night, which are sang and played by the bateria. The bateria is a kind of band made out of entirely of drums. Big drums, small drums, all kinds of drums, producing a really loud and powerful sound. Those bands are usually formed by 500 musicians, give or take, and some of the best songs presented in the festival become so well known that they are made into albums and sold throughout Brazil. The competition between Caprichoso and Garantido is judged by a panel of 9 people, usually anthropology and folklore experts. The team's scores depends on several individual and collective items, such as songs, band, folk storyline, shaman, queen of folk, cunha poranga, and many others. The winner is announced on Monday, and the victory team celebrates by parading on Parintins streets. Parintins Festival is the primary income source for all the island's residents. In that 1 week when the festival happens, the town collects around 80 million reais, approximately $20 million. This amount is the equivalent of more than 70% of the rest of the year's profits combined. The festival gives lives to the people of Parintins. Their whole lives turn around this big event. It creates jobs, pride, and entertainment. Moreover, the rivalry between Caprichoso and Garantido is not restricted to the 3 nights of presentations. The whole town is literally split in two, the red side and the blue side. And no one would dare to cross this imaginary line using blue, for example, to go to the red side, or paint their house blue on the red side of town. In Parintins, even the traffic signs have their respective ox color on each side of town. More than that, the festival keeps Brazilian traditions alive and represents Brazilian culture like nothing else, showcasing the world our rich art and beautiful nature and history. When comparing Parintins Folk Festival to the traditional Western theater, we can notice big differences. The festival's goal is to always conserve history and tradition, while the beauty in Western theater is its powers to rebel, to fight against social rules and create doubt in the audience about traditions. Also, while traditional theater relies mostly on lines and speeches, the festival's most important elements are its visual components. Additionally, Parintins Festival lasts a lot longer than most plays and counts with a way bigger ensemble and audience. Because of it, the location and set also change. On one hand, Western theater presentations usually happen in a theater or stage and have a specific set design. On the other hand, the festival is hosted on a big arena, where the set is created by the extravagant costumes and gigantic allegorical cars. However, at the end of the day, both forms of spectacles are trying to tell a story to the audience, creating feelings, moods, and commotion.